All right, so are you ready for a deep dive
Let's do it.
into the world of Ayurveda? Today we're going to be exploring how this ancient system can help you unlock like a whole new level of digestive health.
Right.
Have you ever felt like you're constantly battling bloating,
Yeah.
low energy, or just kind of a general
Yeah,
sense of blah after meals?
for sure.
Well, Ayurveda might just have the answers you've been searching for.
Interesting.
So to uncover these secrets of
Uh-huh.
Ayurveda,
Yeah.
we're going to be taking a deep dive today into a significant role of digestive factor on Ahara and their effect on human being.
It is fascinating how this ancient wisdom views digestion
Yeah,
as the cornerstone of like overall well-being.
right.
It's not just about breaking down food,
Mhm.
but about transforming it into like vital energy that fuels our
Yeah.
entire system.
Because like our digestive system is a power plant for our bodies.
Exactly.
I've always struggled with feeling cold,
Oh, okay.
especially in my hands and feet.
Mm-hmm.
Could that be related to my digestion?
It absolutely could be.
Really?
Ayurveda has this concept called Jatharagni, which is often translated as digestive fire.
Okay.
Think of it as the furnace that keeps your internal engine running.
Mm-hmm.
If your Jatharagni is weak,
Okay.
it's like trying to heat a large house with a tiny fireplace.
Right.
You might get some warmth,
Yeah.
but not enough to reach every corner.
That makes total sense.
Yeah.
So if my digestive fire is weak, it could explain why I'm always feeling chilly.
Could be.
But how do I actually know if that's the issue?
So Ayurveda looks at individual constitutions,
Mm-hmm.
or Prakriti, to understand these imbalances.
Okay.
These are determined by the balance of three fundamental energies
Okay.
called doshas:
Right.
Vata, Pitta, and Kapha.
Yes.
Have you ever noticed
Yeah.
how some people are naturally energetic and quick,
Uh-huh.
while others are calmer and more deliberate?
Yeah.
That could be due to their dominant dosha.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're saying my constant coldness could be a sign of a specific dosha imbalance.
It's definitely a possibility.
Okay.
Feeling cold often indicates a Vata imbalance,
Mm-hmm.
but there are other signs to look out for.
Okay.
Vata types tend to be slender,
Mm-hmm.
with dry skin and hair.
Okay.
They might experience constipation
Right.
and often have a hard time settling their minds.
Okay. Some of that definitely resonates with me, but
Mm.
where does food come into all of this?
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about Ayurveda and digestion.
Well, according to Ayurveda,
Yeah.
food is seen as medicine.
Okay.
The right foods can stoke your digestive fire
Uh-huh.
and bring your doshas back into balance.
Okay.
For someone with a Vata imbalance,
Mhm.
like yourself,
Yeah.
warm cooked foods,
Okay.
healthy fats,
Mm-hmm.
and regular meal times are essential.
So no more skipping breakfast for me, huh?
It's probably a good idea.
But the article also mentions these 8 factors for a wholesome diet. Do I need to analyze every single thing I eat through all 8 of those lenses?
Well, it's not about obsessing over every bite.
Okay.
It's more about understanding the bigger
Yeah.
picture of how food interacts with our bodies.
Right.
Take, for instance, the Kala factor,
Okay.
which refers to the time of day
Mm-hmm.
and seasonal considerations for eating.
Okay.
Have you ever noticed how eating a heavy meal late at night
Mm.
makes it harder to sleep soundly?
Oh, yeah.
That's the Kala factor at play.
Oh, so I should be paying attention to not just what I'm eating, but also when I'm eating it.
Exactly. Just like nature has its rhythm.
Right.
Our bodies do too.
Yeah.
Ayurveda emphasizes aligning our eating habits
Okay.
with these natural cycles for optimal digestion.
This is all starting to make sense.
Right.
It's like Ayurveda is giving us a roadmap
Yeah.
to understand our bodies and make choices that support our well-being.
Exactly.
But before we get too deep into that roadmap, let's take a moment to digest what we've learned so far.
Sounds good.
We'll be right back.
Right.
Welcome back. Before we took a moment to digest everything, we were talking about how Ayurveda can help us tune into our bodies and make choices that truly nourish us. It seems like a much more personalized approach than just following the latest diet fads.
Absolutely. And to delve deeper into that personalization,
Okay.
let's go back to the concept of doshas. Remember Vata,
Right.
Pitta, and Kapha.
Uh-huh.
These energies influence everything from our personality to our food cravings.
Right, like how I'm a Vata type, which explains why I'm always cold and gravitate towards warm, comforting foods.
Yes.
So how can understanding my dosha actually guide my dietary choices?
Okay, so let's say you're craving something sweet.
Okay.
We all get those sugar cravings from time to time, right?
Oh, yeah.
But in Ayurveda, Even tastes have different effects on our doshas.
Wait, so you're telling me that a sugary donut will affect my Vata dosha differently than it would someone who's predominantly Pitta or Kapha?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, a donut might temporarily satisfy that craving.
Right.
It's considered a guru or heavy food in Ayurveda. This means it can dampen Agni or digestive fire, especially for Kapha types who are already prone to sluggishness.
Ao says. So even though I might really want that donut, it might not be the best choice for my overall well-being.
Probably not.
What would be a better option, especially for a Vata type like me?
For Vata, incorporating naturally sweet and warming spices like cinnamon and ginger into your diet can be incredibly balancing.
Okay.
Think of a warm cup of chai tea with a bit of honey, or a hearty bowl of oatmeal with cooked apples and cinnamon.
Those sound way more satisfying than a donut, honestly. It's
Yeah.
like I'm learning a whole new language of food based on my individual needs.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Ayurveda is all about working with your body, not against it.
Mm.
It's about finding that sweet spot where your food choices nourish you, both physically and energetically.
Okay. So besides sweet cravings, are there other common experiences that Ayurveda can shed light on?
Absolutely. Let's talk about something a lot of people struggle with:
Okay.
low energy in the afternoon. Conventional wisdom might say, reach for another cup of coffee. But Ayurveda digs deeper.
I'm all ears, especially since that afternoon slump is something I know all too well. Sometimes even coffee doesn't cut it.
Well, Ayurveda might suggest looking at your lunch.
Oh, okay.
Was it a big, heavy meal
Uh-huh.
that's now requiring all your energy to digest?
Oh, could be.
This is where that Prakriti or your individual constitution comes into play again.
Right.
A Pitta type, for example, might thrive on a more substantial lunch to fuel their fiery nature.
Okay.
But for a Vata type, a lighter lunch with easily digestible foods might be the key to maintaining energy throughout the afternoon.
So it's like customizing your meals based on your individual energy blueprint.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool. But food isn't the only factor that Ayurveda considers, right?
Right.
The article also mentions a lot about mindfulness and the environment we eat in.
You're right. It's not just about what we eat,
Mm-hmm.
but how we eat.
Okay.
Remember that Upayoga Samstha factor we touched on earlier?
Yes.
It's about cultivating mindful eating habits.
Right.
Turning off the TV, putting away your phone, and truly savoring each bite.
Right.
It's about creating a peaceful and enjoyable eating experience.
That's something I definitely need to work on. I'm so used to eating lunch at my desk while answering emails. It's almost like I'm not even tasting my food half the time.
And when you eat mindfully, you're more likely to notice your body's signals of fullness and satisfaction.
Right.
It allows you to connect with your food on a deeper level and appreciate its nourishment.
It sounds like Ayurveda is as much about the mind-body connection as it is about the food itself.
Exactly. And that's what makes it such a holistic and empowering approach.
Yeah.
It's not about restriction or deprivation. It's about creating a sustainable and joyful way of eating that supports your overall well-being.
This has been incredibly insightful. We've covered a lot of ground today, from understanding our individual doshas to exploring the six tastes and even learning about mindful eating practices. But before we bring this deep dive to a close, let's take a quick pause to let all this knowledge settle in. Welcome back to our deep dive into the Ayurvedic principles of digestion and diet. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling much more empowered to take control of my digestive health and overall well-being.
That's wonderful to hear.
Yeah.
It's amazing how a little ancient wisdom
Yeah.
can completely shift our perspective
Right.
on something as essential as eating.
It really is. We've talked about the importance of understanding our doshas,
Right.
choosing foods that support our Agni, and even the power of mindful eating.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm curious, what are some of the tangible benefits people might experience when they start incorporating these Ayurvedic principles into their lives? Besides feeling less cold, of course.
Well, the article, a significant role of digestive factor on Ahara and their effect on human being, highlights a
Yeah.
whole range of benefits, from improved digestion and elimination to balanced doshas,
Wow.
enhanced mental clarity, increased energy, and even strengthened immunity.
Yeah.
The potential impact is pretty profound.
That's quite a list. It seems like Ayurveda views digestion as the foundation for a healthy life.
Exactly. When your digestive fire is strong and your doshas are in balance, everything else just seems to fall into place.
Yeah.
You wake up feeling energized, your mind is clear, you're able to handle stress more effectively,
Right.
and you just feel lighter and more vibrant overall.
It's like that ripple effect we talked about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Taking care of our digestion sends waves of well-being throughout our entire system.
Precisely. And it's not just about physical health either. Ayurveda recognizes the deep connection between our gut
Yeah,
and our brain.
right.
So a healthy digestive system can also have a positive impact on our mood, sleep, and emotional well-being.
That's so fascinating. Yeah, I know there's been a lot of talk lately
Right.
about the gut-brain connection, and it's amazing to see how Ayurveda has been emphasizing this for centuries.
It really speaks to the timelessness of this ancient wisdom.
Right.
And it's not about following strict rules
Right.
or
Yeah.
depriving yourself.
Yeah.
It's about making gradual, sustainable changes
Mm-hmm.
that feel good in your body
Yeah.
and align with your unique needs.
So it's not about perfection, it's about progress. It's about making conscious choices that nourish us on all levels.
Exactly. And remember, everyone's journey with Ayurveda is unique.
Right.
What works for one person might not work for another.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about listening to your body, experimenting, and finding what brings you into balance.
It sounds like a lifelong exploration, really.
It is, and the beauty of it is that the more you learn
Yeah.
and the more you tune into your body's wisdom, the more empowered you become
Right.
to create a truly healthy and fulfilling life.
Well said. We've only just scratched the surface of Ayurveda in this deep dive, but I hope it sparked a curiosity in you to explore further.
I hope so too. Remember,
Yeah.
food literally becomes you.
Right.
So as you move forward, ask yourself,
Mm.
what kind of person you want to nourish yourself into becoming?
Such a powerful question to leave our listeners with. I encourage everyone to delve deeper into this ancient wisdom and discover the transformative power of Ayurvedic principles in their own lives. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and we'll see you next time for another fascinating exploration.